Hi all, welcome to Python programming tutorial. In this video I am going to discuss how to take input and display output in Python. As we have already seen, variable assignment is simple in Python. You just declare a variable, assign any value to it and it's done. But what if we want to take input from user? So Python provides input function for taking input from user. So let's see that. Simplest form is calling the input function without any argument. So whatever the user will input will be assigned to variable x. By default, input returns string type. So let's check this out. So it's asking for value. I am printing here hello world and hello world got printed. So we have done successfully. Now as I have told you that by default input returns a string. So what if I take number in input? So again, let's run the program and also let's print the type of x. So here I have entered 9, but the type of x is str. It means 9 is of type string, it is not integer. So what to do if we want an integer or floating point or complex number as input? So let's check that out. Simplest way is to use the eval function with input. So what eval function will do, if x is integer, it will convert it into integer. If x is float, it will convert it into float. So let's check this out. So 9 class int, fine. 34.5678 class float, fine. 3 plus 4j class complex, fine. So this single function can be used to take integer, float or complex number as an input. Alternatively, what you can do, if you want integer, if you're quite sure that number you are going to input is integer, you can use int function here. So int. Similarly for float, you can use float here. Okay, let's check for complex also. I have not checked this before, so I'm trying. So it's complex. So you can either be specific about your input, whether it is in float or complex, or you can use the eval function. Whatever type of number your user is entering, it will be converted into the same type. Now we as a programmer in C or Java, we have a habit of giving a prompt like enter value for the variable or something. So how to do that in Python? So let's see this. To more customize input function, what I can write here is input, and in the bracket I can write my message. And print x. Now let's check this out. So I got the prompt, I will enter the value and got printed. Now it also supports new line character. Fine. So let's check this out. So we got a new line, enter and finished. To take input in multiple variables, what you can do, you can write one by one. like this, and you can print both x and y. So it's 23, it's 34, both got printed. Or what you can do, you can just do something which is called multiple assignment in Python. What is multiple assignment? Let's first understand. So suppose I have more than one variable x comma y comma z, and I want to assign values to all three variables. I can do it in a single go, like 34, 67.89 comma y, and I can print the same. So your 34 will be assigned to x, 67.89 will be assigned to y, and yi will be assigned to z. Done. This is called multiple assignment in Python. It's also make swapping very easy. Like if I want to swap two numbers, I can first assign values, and for swapping again I can write, now this will be equal to y comma x, and let's check the result. So now y will be containing, x will be containing 9 and y will be containing 8, like this. Fine. Now taking multiple inputs in a single line, again what we can do is we can call input function two times here. Enter x lesson comma and let's check this out. So 23 asking for y, 34. Okay, so this is how we take input in Python programming language. Now suppose we want command line input, then what to do? For command line input, you have to import a module named sys. Here import is the same thing which has include does in C language. So we are importing a module basically, and we can have like maybe it's better to discuss this through notepad. So this is the program I have written. For loop you have not studied yet, so I am just keeping it simple. So I'm writing print sys dot argv 0. Okay, so argv is an array of type string, and we can run this through command line. My file name is ci. You can create a file with name ci. You can save it to your destination. I have saved this file to D drive. So this is my file. I will open command prompt here. And I will call python ci.exe. Sorry, ci.py hello. So hello got printed. So I have given a single argument and single argument got printed here. Now import.sys can also be used to take the number of arguments as input. So let's understand. So argv, as I have told you, it's basic. You can understand it as an array which holds several arguments. So let's check this. So now I want to get how many number of arguments I am giving on command line. So I will write number of arguments comma length of sys.argv. Again, see, len is a function which works on any sequence basically, whether it is array, list, dictionary, tuple or set. We'll explore this function in later videos. Right now you just remember that len can be used to find length of any sequence. Fine. Now print. Now I want to print all the arguments basically here. So what I will do here, I will, then the sequence is suppose 4 or suppose 5 or something. So for your reference, I will use a for loop here. We'll discuss for loop in the next video. And I will print I. So each argument will be printed basically. Fine. I'm going to save my file. Don't worry about this for loop syntax and this indentation and all. I will discuss in detail in coming videos. So right now I want to run this file and I want to show you how sys module works basically. So again I'm going to my file location. This is my file ci.py. I hope I have saved it. Shift and right click. I will open my PowerShell window. Write Python. Python is a command here. Be sure that your Python path is set. Then write the file name with extension and give the arguments. This is Python session. Okay, so number of arguments are 5. Fine. And it is printing I. Basically I have done some mistake here. It's printing the index. What I want to print here is the actual argument. So like this. And I will save it. Now have a look here. Same command. Okay, so number of arguments are 5 and this is my file name. This is Python session. So what is happening here basically, I have used sys.rgv. So it has, I calculated a length of argument that I provided on command line which got printed here, and I iterated through the length since it is an array, so argv I, and got all the things printed here. Fine. Now we'll discuss about the output, how to display output. Python has only one function which is print. This function can take different forms. Like suppose I want to print a message. Hello world. Simple. You can print it. It supports escape sequences as in C, like for example, this is tab, then hello there. So I got a tab here. Fine. It's also support new line sequence, new line character. Like this. So let's see. So new line character with a space, because I have given a space here. I can use it like printf in C to print the value of a variable. Suppose I have a variable name x, value assigned to it. I want to print. I can write value of x is, this is a legitimate message, and then comma variable name. Fine. So this is going to print work. Also I can have other statement here. X got printed, so it will work as fine. Also what I can do, I can print, take one more variable here, y is equal to 10, and then I can write value of y is and 10. So like this. And I can also have a escape sequence here. Lesson. Fine. I hope this was useful. Thank you. Please Subscribe the channel and press the bell icon for updated videos. Thank you.